Hello and welcome to a Serpentis event site guide for EVE Online. In this guide, I'm going to be showing you everything that you'll need to know for running the Serpentis event sites as part of the Shadow of the Serpent event currently happening in New Eden. This guide's going to focus on one site in particular, the Serpentis Shipyard and Research Facility, as this is the only site in the event that will drop the new Asclepian implants. Running the site is fairly simple and is accessible to players of all experience and skill point levels. As long as you are careful and keep some range from the cruiser class NPCs in the site, you can run this site in literally anything. But for this video, I'm going to be using a Vexa Navy issue, mainly because of its drone bonuses, large drone bay and drone bandwidth, which allows me to push out almost 600 DPS in drones without having perfect skills. I'd recommend you try running these sites in something that can do around 500 DPS, as this is going to allow you to run the site that much quicker and therefore give you a greater chance of getting that loot drop. The sites can be found anywhere in New Eden and are not affected by the security status of the solar system in which you find the site, so you can really go absolutely anywhere to run them. They will drop the low, mid and high grade versions of the Asclepian implants, although the chances of getting a high grade drop don't appear to be very good. The standard drop for the site is the Serpentis modified capital microprocessors, which will be used as a manufacturing component in some upcoming blueprints. You can choose to hold on to these or sell them on the markets. So to run the site, you simply need to kill the NPCs guarding the research vault, which is where most of your loot in the site is found. The NPCs do, however, give bounties which are fairly reasonable. You can expect to pull in between 4 to 6 million per site, depending on what spawns you get. Occasionally, you will get an additional wave of Angels frigates or cruisers, which will appear and be announced by a message that will pop up in local chat. If you do get an extra wave of cruisers, just be aware that the site will be doing more damage. However, like I said, you can easily mitigate incoming damage by keeping some range on the cruiser pack. Even in my micro warp drive VNI, I can easily kite or even out-track the cruisers, so if you're careful, there should be no reason that incoming damage will be an issue for you here. Once you've killed all the NPCs, the research vault will now become lootable and the site will despawn. However, it is possible for you to get your loot from the research vault without having to kill all of the NPCs in the site. When you first arrive in the site, a random number of the NPCs will target you, and usually around half of them will not take any action against you for the time being. This initial group of NPCs that aggressed you are the NPCs that the site has marked as guards for the research vault. If you kill these, then you can just ignore the rest and grab your loot a lot quicker. Of course, you won't get bounties for the NPCs that you left behind, but if you're madly chasing an Asclepian drop, you probably don't care. Now, the initial group that locked you will more than likely be too large for you to be able to lock them all back before the rest of the group aggresses you and you lose track of them. So in order to mark the first group and keep tabs on them, jump into a fleet with yourself so that you can tag this first wave. Now, when the initial group aggresses you, quickly get them tagged before you lose them amongst the second group, which will be locking you in about 8 to 10 seconds. Now that you've got them tagged, you can keep track of them and kill them off, allowing you to loot the research vault without having to kill the remaining hostiles. Hopefully, this allows you to get more sites done, and the blessings of Iron Jesus will fall upon you and you can get yourself some nice implants. I hope that this guide has been helpful to you, and I wish you luck in your hunt for Asclepian implants. If you have questions about Serpentis sites, you can get at me by leaving a comment here or by contacting Captain Ace Rico the next time you're in New Eden. But until then, fly dangerous.